Okay, we're on our way this morning to America's first national park.
And where are we going, Elijah?
We're going to Yellowstone.
What are you most excited about?
Well, I'm excited to go to Old Faithful and see all the animals.
Sweet!
I agree. Make sure to stay tuned to the end of our video to see our tips on Yellowstone. Isn't it so cool, buddy, how you can see the steam?
We're pulling into Grand Prismic, and what is Yellowstone known for? The traffic.
Elijah,
Yes.
see all that steam?
Yeah.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah. I can feel
Oh, that's so
the
cool.
water touching me.
Look at Mama!
Oh, the water.
Feels like a steam room up here, doesn't it?
Celsius.
It's really pretty blue.
All right, we're at the Grand Prismatic Pool. And this place is just awesome. It's got this unique orange kind of clay sand around it. It's blue, crystal blue. I have no idea what the temperature is, but the steam tells you one thing. There's actually a lot of people that hiked up the mountain to see it from the other side. Tons of people, and they had to hike all the way up there, so pretty amazing. All right, folks, a tip for this place, the Grand Prismatic Spring, is don't take your hat, or if you do, you better make it really tight. That's what happens, and you're not getting it. You're not getting it, huh, Elijah? So you being careful with yours? All right, you don't want to end like that, up like that guy.
Isaac,
Water.
you see the water?
Whoa.
It's water.
Are there fish in the water?
All right, so when you pull into Old Faithful, it's not like it's out in the middle of a field somewhere. So it's kind of cool. They got a little general area. You can still get gas, so it's not like it's out in the boonies. So I'll show you this little general area here. In this little general shopping area, you got souvenirs, you got general store, where you can buy this food. You got ice cream right there, which is kind of cool. Everyone feels like ice cream when they've been walking around all day. And then you got gas, which kind of shocked me. I don't remember there being gas here when I was a little kid and came, but I guess if you've been traveling all over Yellowstone, you're going, oh no, I'm running low on gas. Right here by Old Faithful, we have a gas station. So something to keep in mind. There was a lot of parking, but probably the best advice would be to try to come earlier. So, but cool little area.
The Old Faithful Inn. It's really big in person. Inside the Old Faithful Inn. It's beautiful inside. Definitely see why this is an exciting place for people to be able to stay when they want to come see Old Faithful.
All right, so we were waiting for Old Faithful to go off, right behind me back there. It goes off every 90 minutes, and I'll tell you what, if you want to catch it, you are gonna have to be fast, because all the way around there's people sitting over there, filling in, and we're actually pretty early. I think right at this point, we're about 30 to 45 minutes or so away, and it's already filling in, so definitely keep that in mind. I'll show you the restaurants here. So there is a couple places to eat. There's the Old Faithful Inn over there, which has ice cream, food, souvenirs in there. And then you have the Visitor Center. And you have another, I think it's like a hotel slash and restaurant in there. So that's kind of cool. So there's lots of places to eat around here. And then when you pan around, you have Old Faithful there, which everyone's waiting for. But beautiful views, nice walking path, and lots of people come to this. So definitely keep that in mind as a tip when you come here. Give yourself lots of time and come early.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Are you eating milk? Are you eating your milk?
Elijah's like, one is plenty. Hey Elijah, look at all those people. Good thing we got a front row seat. Holy smokes. Oh, that was a total teaser. I thought that was gonna be it. Ooh.
Elijah, look. All right. Elijah. Go.
Woo! That's awesome. Okay, buddy, you can watch it. You see it?
Wow.
Oh my God, that's way high.
Wow.
Wow, so cool.
All right. Ah, yeah. That's supposed to wait. Isaac, do you see it? You see it? Look. You see it? See the water? See the water? Oh, that's big.
You know?
See the water?
What?
So now it's gonna be the exact same amount of time.
庞大的吹机。
There we go. Kind of fizzling out now. All right, we were driving through the Yellowstone visitor area on our bikes. Over there's Old Faithful, and we're actually going to come over to the bike trail over in this vicinity. All right, we are starting our bike excursion here on this trail that'll actually take us to Morning Glory Pool. We're all ready to go. Elijah, you back there? Isaac, you ready too? Ah. All right, let's do it. All right, on the bike trail, there's this cool little volcano looking thing. Don't know what it's called, but it looks cool. Got some folks who are taking pictures too. Still on the bike trail through Yellowstone. If you like to bike, this is a pretty sweet bike biking path. Trees everywhere.
There's Isaac taking a snoozer.
All right. Along the bike path, there's a geyser here called Riverside Geyser,
He's awake. Like, why?
which is pretty sweet. All right, we rode our bikes down the bike path from the Old Faithful area, and we got to this place called the Morning Glory Pool, which is really pretty cool. I don't know how deep it is, but it's a thermal pool, and right in the middle of the forest here. So they got a place where you can just come observe it, and then of course, right back there is the bike path. It leads all the way up. What do you think, Elijah?
Yeah, I think it's
Pretty sweet looking? Yeah, it's kind of cool, huh? All right, along the bike path, we found this cool geyser called Castle Geyser. It seems pretty active. It sputters and bubbles quite a bit. Pretty sweet looking. Looks like a little mini volcano.
Okay, Elijah, we just got back from Yellowstone National Park and we were really looking forward to going to there for quite a while, and we got to use your 4th grade pass.
Yeah.
So because of that, we didn't have to pay an entrance fee to get in, huh? So I'm kind of curious. We've really been looking forward to Yellowstone for a while, so I'm wondering if it lived up to your expectations. When we got there, the things that we did you find Yellowstone enjoyable?
Well, when we went to Old Faithful, it was like 10 minutes overdue, and then it went off, and it was kind of cool. I mean, I didn't really like it all that much. Like, it was just like, I thought it would be like lava, like going up into the air, and I was like, oh, it's lava, but it was just like steam.
Pretty cheap, bonehead.
So Old Faithful kind of has a lot of hype with it, and when you actually got to see it, you're like, oh, it's not quite what I expected.
Because
now, are you glad that you saw it? So at least now you know you've seen it?
yeah,
But you probably wouldn't want to sit and watch it again?
no, probably
okay.
not.
Now, at the very beginning of our trip, we went to Grand Prismatic. What did you think of that one?
Grand Prismatic, yeah, I kind of like Grand Prismatic. It was pretty cool. Like,
There was a lot of steam, like fog steam stuff we had to walk through. Was that cool?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Like, it was really just like a bunch of water and with steam all over. And like, I would advise you to wear a coat when you go there, because like when there was the steam, it would be really hot, and then the wind would hit you and it'd be way cold. So that part was kind of cool, but it was just a lot of walking in the circle. So
yeah, Yellowstone has a lot of walking, doesn't it? And a lot of just kind of looking at things.
yeah, looking at stuff.
So that part was a little bit boring to you, the walking around and looking at things. Yeah. Now we did get to go on a bike ride though.
Oh yeah, we went on a bike
ride from Old Faithful to Morning Glory Pool. Did you like that part?
Yeah, I would probably only want to do it on a bike, because like the Morning Glory Pool, to go like that far with all those
a couple miles.
a couple miles with all those winding hills, just walking there, it probably wouldn't be worth it, because it was just like a pool and like.
But when we got to ride our bikes on it and drive by like Castle Geyser and
Castle Geyser. I like Castle Geyser.
So when we got to ride by all those on the bike, then you felt like it was worth it. You felt like it was more fun.
Yeah, and we saw like this big old skeleton-looking geyser thing.
Yeah, it did. It looked like a skeleton, huh?
Uh-huh.
So would you ever want us to go back to Yellowstone again, or was once enough?
Yeah. I probably wouldn't want to go back, but it would be kind of cool. It was kind of like Hong Kong. Like, you'd see all these Chinese people walking all over the place, and like you see all these Chinese people, and the restaurants were like crowded all over. Like,
tons of people.
We had to eat on a step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no tables left, huh?
No.
So basically, if we went back to Yellowstone, you'd probably enjoy it if we got to do bike rides, but if we were doing a bunch of walking around, you probably wouldn't look forward to it as much.
No, I wouldn't like that.
Okay. All right.
So great. Highly recommend checking out Yellowstone and the Old Faithful area. So pretty cool.
Yeah, like I was saying though, one of my tips would, you wouldn't normally think of this in Yellowstone, but bring your bikes, especially if you've got young kids. You can actually rent bikes there too. I think from the snow lodges where they rent them, but we actually just brought our bikes, and not a lot of people do that. I don't think a lot of people know about that. There are people, a few, that ride their bikes, but definitely if you like to ride your bikes and you want to entertain your kids a little bit more, that was Elijah's favorite part of going to Yellowstone, was riding our bikes. And we got to ride our bikes past Old Faithful all the way to Morning Glory, which Morning Glory was cool, but to me personally, it would not have been worth a 2-mile walk there and a 2-mile walk back, with tons of people were doing.
Well, and there was people like looking at us going, oh my gosh, you guys have bikes?
Yeah.
Because you could tell after they walked down there and walking back.
And the bad thing about it is the walk there's downhill. The walk back is uphill.
Yeah.
I'd rather go uphill first. So
okay.
So I would definitely recommend bringing your bikes. I mean, it made it much more enjoyable, made us, liking that part of Old Faithful a little bit better. And you can also take your bikes even a little bit more south of Old Faithful to Lone Star Geyser. And there's a road that used to be for vehicles, and they actually closed it, and vehicles can't ride on it anymore. And it's just for walking or for if you want your bicycle. And that's even a little bit longer of a bike ride. It's about 4 miles from the trailhead back to Lone Star Geyser, and then 4 miles back. So, and that would just be in the woods. And we didn't do that one, but I'm sure that one will be wonderful. But make sure you bring your bear spray. I've heard that from a lot of people that, if you're going off the beaten path a little bit, like the Lone Star Geyser, you want to make sure that you bring your bear spray. So that would be a tip of mine, is do something a little out of the ordinary and bring your bikes. Yeah.
And my tip as far as Old Faithful, everyone wants to go to Old Faithful. They say it goes off every 90 minutes, give or take 10 minutes is kind of the average. Don't wait until it's about to go off. You don't want to do that, because we got there probably an hour early and we were just waiting and waiting. And them seats just packed in.
Oh, I could believe. I thought, they'll fill in about 15 minutes before.
No, they fill in quick. So you definitely want to get there early, because there was people that showed up. I think they must have waited until they thought it was going to go off and came over there, and they could barely see.
They were standing in the way back behind everybody else, trying to hold their cameras up above everyone's head just to be able to see. So
yeah. So my tip would be not to wait until it's going to go off, because they will tell you when they think it's going to go off again. So don't wait till then. Mm-hmm. You just want to show up early and get your seat.
Yeah. And my third tip is, if you do go to the Grand Prismatic Spring, it's beautiful to take the path up to Grand Prismatic Spring, but if we go again, one thing I would absolutely love to do is to go to Fairy Falls. It's just a little bit south of the Grand Prismatic Spring, and it's got about the same size parking lot, but not as many people go to Fairy Falls, so your chances of getting a parking spot are much better. And there's a hike from Fairy Falls up to the top of this hill, so you're actually looking down on the Grand Prismatic Spring. And even though the view from where we were at was beautiful, I bet the view from up there looking down on it would be spectacular. And that is something I would definitely like to do in the future. So my other tip would be, if you're going to see Grand Prismatic Spring, see it from above, from the Fairy Falls.
Awesome. So cool. Well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. And plus comment. We like to see comments.
We'd love to know what you did in Yellowstone.
Yeah. What did you do in Yellowstone? If you went there, are you going to go there? Be sure to comment, because that's always fun to see as well.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for watching our video. Check out our other videos about Jackson Hole and the surrounding areas, and some of our other trips.
DuBois,
and DuBois, and check them out too. So thank you very much.
Hey guys, this is the end of the video. Make sure that you like and subscribe for more great content that is ready to come. Peace.